Trump has made the call and is putting a 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports.
Industry leaders in the U.S. believe the move could spark a trade war and lead to higher prices for American consumers. First Alert reporter John Chapman tells us an industry in the metro believes something positive could come out of all this.
Nick Hansen is the yard manager at Lakeside Auto Recyclers in Carter Lake. Nick is looking over his video board explaining the operation on this 10-acre campus.
And then it goes to the car crusher, which then goes to the shredder and we shred the car.
60 employees produce 8,000 tons of recycled steel every month. History tells Nick the tariffs on steel and aluminum is concerning.
It's a little scary, just based off of what happened in 2016 and 2018 with the aluminum. It crashed drastically. Since then, there's a lot more domestic options for your shredded cast aluminum. So I think it could be a positive. I really do.
Nick believes the tariffs could attract even more buyers to recycled materials produced within our borders.
This is part of a car engine. We shred it down, ship it out clean, shredded cast aluminum, and then it goes and it's made into new aluminum products. The shred steel, same thing. It's going to go to the steel mill. It gets melted down, made into new steel. There's a lot more companies that are using the domestic shredded cast aluminum to make engine blocks, heads for engines on cars. You know, most Ford vehicles are aluminum bodied, you know. So there's a lot more domestic demand than there was previously. It was all export before.
That demand means more money for people who bring in aluminum and steel to the Lakeside campus. Nick says that money will recycle back into the community.
It's full circle. I really think, you know, it's full circle, and recycling is so important. I think a lot of people overlook that.
Nick says in the end, consumers will pay more for the end product, but he thinks the recycled material could be cheaper than the metals shipped in with a tariff tag attached.
I think keeping it in America, yeah. I mean, you know, American labor is a little more expensive, but at the same time, I mean, logistics is expensive. I mean, getting it across the ocean, I mean, that's expensive.
Nick believes the recycling industry is growing, and he says it will have to make adjustments in the future.
I think in the next 10 to 15 years, with all the electric cars and the more plastic that we're seeing and the more aluminum that we're seeing, we're gonna have to upgrade some equipment here.
In Carter Lake, Iowa, I'm John Chapman, First Alert 6.
Right now, President Trump says his latest tariffs will take effect in mid-March.